The end is near, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the world, or well, should I say the end of the anime Astral Noob to Pro series is approaching. Jokes aside though, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be continuing, the free-to-play Noob to Pro. In this case, there is a brand new update once again, update 5, giving us, so much stuff that I don't think we can necessarily unlock right now. But there is some, stuff that we can get, like this second, that's going to be helping us along the way. Like, for example, this thing over here. Added a new Gacha speed profession. Enough yapping though, there were also some other buffs and nerfs and whatever that's going to be helping the grind, so let's stop wasting time. Be free to like and subscribe if you do end up enjoying these videos. And yeah, without further ado, let's I guess get started with giving you guys a quick rundown of what I've done. So, since the last video, I don't believe I've done too much in the case of, I guess, progressing or whatever. The only thing that I have managed to do is, save up a ton of tokens. And also, I'm not sure if I got this off camera or on video or in the last one. We got a new divine over here, the angel. It seems like, in terms of my divine luck, I'm just cooking right now. Is it normal to get so many divines at like this point in the game? Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I guess a few more things that we could go ahead and mention. My pets are relatively the same. My achievements are relatively the same. I mean, I can go ahead and I guess, collect a few more over here. So let's just go ahead and claim all of these, a few more buffs here and there. And then the last thing to point out is going to be this Doma torso. It is the only new accessory that I've gotten for the time being, and it's only slightly better than the fusion vest. It just gives 2 times more damage, very cool, very nice, and around 2 times more coins. But that's basically the rundown of what I've done. So let's move on now to the things that we're going to be doing. So let's start off with, I guess, 2 things. Number 1, there is a brand new gacha over here. I'm not sure when this was added, but all I know is that it's from an old world, and I already apparently have like 121k tokens, so we might as well go ahead and start auto-rolling this. Let's see, what are we going to get? So if we stop the auto-roll, this is going to be buffing our power, and also our damage. I don't know why I said yen for a second, but ignore that. This is, I think, the first gacha, though, that we've unlocked up till now that gives us 2 boosts, a power and a damage boost. I guess all that's left to do now is to go ahead and get ourselves either a secret, mythical, or something along those lines. By the way, in case some of you free-to-play noobs as well, grinding like me, in case you didn't know this, for some reason, the luck multiplier down here actually affects the chances of the gachas. I didn't know that, and I might as well go ahead and showcase it, right? So 21.4 luck, will it be able to visually showcase the difference? Yeah, the chances went from 0.06 to 0.07. So, what will you guys do with this info? Well, it means that, for example, the yen upgrades and token upgrades and whatever, for example, in the Wano Island, I guess it's worth it now to upgrade your luck multiplier, not just for hatching units, but also for maxing out the gachas. In fact, let's go ahead and, upgrade a few of these right now. So let's get a bit of a yen boost, a power boost, a damage boost. I'm sure we can get a ton more money relatively soon. And then there's also over here XP. One of you guys actually pointed this to me down in the comments. I completely forgot about like these kinds of upgrades. I think even over here, yeah, there is a bit of a XP boost. I don't know why I've been selling, all this time. I should have been upgrading this so long ago. But at least, now we're going to be working on it. And now we should be getting a ton more XP. But here's the other thing that I've completely missed out on. Professions. This apparently gives you gacha speed along with coins, luck, damage, and power. But I don't think I can really upgrade the majority of these. I mean, I can upgrade this to give me a bit more luck. So, we might as well go ahead and spam this. Then we can also get a little bit more damage. Yeah, around 2 times damage. Then a bit more coins. And then most importantly, that gacha speed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 12% gacha speed, but we still need to do a ton more global defenses. I guess I'll work on this, on the side. I mean, I already spent, what, like 2 hours or something AFK in global defense. So it's probably going to take another 2 hours to max that out. But anyways, enough of, doing the old stuff and whatever. I want to see if we're strong enough to actually progress now in the Clover Island. So that we can start, checking out the Clover raid and, all of that good stuff. So can we one-shot the first enemies over here? We can, but we can't one-shot the medium enemies. So the first thing that we need to do is probably head on over to the exchange shop over here and then exchange some of my tokens, you know, the exchange tokens, into the gacha stuff that we need. So we're going to be needing maybe around 50,000 of these Clover tokens over here. Let's just craft something like that. Then maybe 20,000 of these tokens. Then let's also do another 50,000 of the Grimoire tokens. A lot of you guys were telling me make sure that you get these specifically, because since we can equip like 2 Grimoires, I guess that's the main reason why it's like so OP or whatever. Yeah, 50k, roll 25 and it costs 10. So let's, I guess, auto roll slot 1 and can we auto roll slot 2 as well? I think we can't. Yeah, it seems like right now we can only roll 1 slot at a time, but we're already getting pretty lucky. We already got Gravity Grimoire, which is going to be the legendary. So I think I'm going to be doing this strategy, right? The moment I get the same rarity on both of the slots, I go back to the first slot and I keep on auto-rolling until I tier up a rarity. So once I get a mythical here, I'll go for a mythical here, then I'll go back here to get a secret. That way I can conserve as many of the tokens as possible whilst getting, like, I guess the easiest amount of upgrades in the sense of it. All you guys really need to know is that first I go for slot 1, then slot 2, and then when these look identical, I go back to slot 1. Very simple, very straightforward. Hopefully all that's left to do now is to, yeah, get lucky. Let's also go ahead and, you know, work on these other progressions over here. So we'll put on auto roll to give us, you know, that little bit extra of a power boost. Then I guess we can auto roll this as well, but we're gonna have to wait for the Grimoires to finish. Then this is the merchant. Okay, so we definitely need to for sure try out the Clover raid. Plus as well, we need to start filling in this battle pass. So whilst I guess, you know, we're rolling, let's jump into a Clover raid. Hopefully we don't get absolutely cooked, and we're also able to get this avatar over here. Please tell me I have enough range for this, by the way. Yes, we have just enough range. Perfect. Let's make sure, by the way, we have all the good settings on. So auto leave, auto retry. When should I auto leave? When do I stop one-shotting enemies? Around wave 5. Alright, then I guess we can, like, start auto-leaving at, like, wave 6 or something. Yeah, 6 seems relatively fine. Worst case scenario, if I don't have enough keys to AFK this for too long, I might try doing the Timeless raid instead. Because I have a ton of Timeless keys, but I don't think I have a ton of the Clover keys. Do we even need keys for the Clover raid? I'm not even sure. Nope, it seems like I've already run out of the Clover keys, so I guess we'll go for the next best thing. The Time raid. I'm pretty sure I need to grind this anyways for an avatar and also to get more of these tokens. So then, you know, we can try rolling for the secret universe. Enough yapping though, I guess I'll grind this for maybe like an hour or 2 or something. Then I'll come back and we'll see what we got. You know, maybe we get lucky, maybe we get something really, really good. We'll find out in around, you know, some time. And alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after, you know, AFKing a little bit. Now, you might notice that we did actually swap back on over to the defense raid, and the reason for that is because I got enough coins in order to buy this Yoshino, and then I realized all of the other rewards, you know, like for example the avatar and whatever, either A, they were just going to be too rare to get within an hour, or B, the avatar, you know, it's actually not that good. It's not even better than the avatar I have right now. We have a Kokushibo, 2.2k, whilst the raid boss would have been 1.1k. And even if we got Muzan, you know, it's only slightly better, but obviously that's from the Infinity Castle. But yeah, we did actually just buy the new accessory over there, so let's go ahead and let's hopefully put it on. So which accessory is it going to be? It's going to be this one, and it's going to be, yes, much better than the Doma. So we can definitely equip it on right now. So once we stop auto-rejoining, let me turn this off for a second. Let's equip this bad boy. So let's just see all the differences. So this is better for energy, so we definitely want that for sure. How's the Grimoires looking though? Did we get anything good? We got the Light Grimoire, which is going to be the mythical, but unfortunately no secret or other mythical or whatever in the second slot. Whatever, it's fine though. We can just go ahead and, you know, exchange for a few more tokens. So let's just go over here and let's just pop the maximum just like so. And then we'll just have this, you know, rolling in the background once again. But anyways, some other stuff I managed to get. We managed to get the brand new gacha thing in world number 2 to secret level, which is going to be giving us 10 times power and also 2 times damage. And again, the list goes on and on of the cool things we managed to get. We got, I think, a ton of the coins over here, 121k. So we can buy, you know, a bunch of potions when we're going to be needing them. But most importantly, we also got a ton and a ton of the swords. To be specific, the secret ones. I think you can guess what we're about to be doing right now. So 3, 2, 1, fuse all, and then can we fuse all again? No, but I think we can almost make a triple starred mythical, but I don't think there's a point because this Sungo Dag over here is just, you know, that good. 5.6x multiplier, and then we can also go ahead and put a breathing on it, or sorry, a sword passive, and I guess at best this is going to be giving us, if I remember correctly, it only gave us damage. Maybe the mythical, secret, or divine variants also give energy, but I'm not sure. Again, we'll just roll this, I guess, in the background, and then, you know, when we eventually run out and whatever, I'll showcase if, you know, we manage to get, you know, anything cool, anything nice, or anything along those lines. Ooh, oh yeah. One last thing I want to mention, by the way, I did one of the easy time trials. I got to room 50, which gives me 1 extra equip, which means that if I just go ahead and equip best, we now have 1 whole extra unit as well. Which means when we go ahead and pop everything into power, look how fast my energy is going up now. Now that's what I like to see, another breakthrough in terms of energy. I wonder now, does this mean that we can do stuff that we couldn't do before? For example, the Infinity Caster, right? If I remember correctly, my maximum wave was like wave 15 or something. And I'm pretty sure this goes up all the way to wave 30 maximum. So I guess we might as well, you know, jump on in. Maybe with our new energy gain or energy multiplier or whatever, we might be able to get, you know, that little bit further. That's where we get, you know, a few more battle pass levels, a few more of the castle coins. Maybe I'll even AFK on this a little bit, you know, to save up those coins. But for the time being, I just want to see how far we can go ahead and get. Oh yeah, there's also a Slayer quest over here that I've done. I think my energy gain's now that little bit higher again. Let's go. Alright, so new record has been 100% acquired. We are now at wave 24, so that means there's only 6 more waves. Oh, we're gonna end up falling short. I think we need like 1,000 or 10,000 times more energy, and this would be so easy to complete. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to really be wasting too much time over here. Let's just get to wave 25, so at least, you know, that is done. So there we go, that is wave 25 acquired. Let's leave, and let's check out the battle pass again. Maybe we unlock some kind of like new accessory or whatever. So let's have a look. Luck drops, 30k exchange tokens, 150 free-to-play tickets, and actually that reminds me about the free-to-play tickets. I have a ton of them that I need to go ahead and use. Yeah, I have 7.7k. I'll make like the story short. The codes, the brand new ones, OP, very good. One of them gave me like 2k, you know, tickets. Quite literally, it is that OP. I think I want to get this +1 sword equip. I'm pretty sure this might be one of the best ones in terms of multiplying your energy. So let's see. If we pop everything into energy right now, we were at like 650 DE before. Now it's going to be 2.9 BA. Wow! Every single time, like every single thing that we do makes us so strong. We can even pop on a power potion, and I can finally probably start doing the rank up since, once again, I've held myself back for, you know, these beautiful content moments. So let's head on over to, I think these are the rank ups. Yes, they are. Let's spam these. So here is the first rank up, then the second, then the third in just a moment. Any second, there we go. And now I think we can just leave on the auto rank up since, you know, we're getting so much energy. I want to go ahead and auto rank up when we reach 16 beta B. And then I guess in the meantime, we can unlock world number 8, I think now. Yeah, we can definitely unlock the next world for sure. The enemies over here shouldn't be that difficult. Let's see, we need to take out 25 Nolils. Boom, there we go. That is now done. Then the last 2 people we have to take out is going to be the boss and the mini bosses. So damage setup on, we can destroy the mini bosses, literally one-shotting them. The main boss over here is going to be an issue though. Maybe if I put on maybe like a damage potion, we might be able to take him out pretty quickly. It's still a little bit too long for my liking, but I guess that makes sense because, you know, I still have some other gachas to work on. Yeah, I should probably, you know, roll this. Alrighty, so last kill, any second, 3, 2, 1, and then that officially marks the World 7 quest done, which means World number 8 has now been unlocked, giving us the Summer Art Online along with other like summer related stuff. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what exactly is in this world. All I know is that it's summer themed for the summer update. And now I immediately want to start crying. Are you kidding me? We have new swords? No, I thought I was finally getting close to maxing out the secret one. Why? What other stuff does this world have? Okay, it has a gacha, of course, a progression system, a beach defense raid giving us summer shards, a pet accessory. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think we've ever seen any of those yet. And then beach volleyball, I guess a beach merchant giving us a snail. Another battle pass once again giving us summer potions. And then do we get a pet? Yes, we do. And then I assume this icon over here is just going to be the sword. So overall, it's just another world with kind of like similar stuff that we've seen, along with some replacements and also just some brand new stuff in general. But I think you guys might have noticed the main issue over here. We are weak. We are very, very weak. These are the easy enemies and we are doing absolutely nothing. I guess this is going to be another world that we're going to need to start beginning to like destroy and whatever, right? We even have balls again. Yeah, that's a really weird thing to say. Why did I say it like that? We have beach balls over here. Yeah, that sounds much better. Pretty much it works just like the crow accessory thing, you know. There's 150 pity. They, I guess, spawn every like 10 minutes or something, and then you just have to run around and pick them up. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be much that I can do today. But I mean, I do have 30k of the exchange token, so maybe I might be able to get something at least. So maybe like 10,000 here. Then can we maybe get another like 10,000 here? Yes, we can. Okay, and then we'll just do maximum sword tokens for that one, because, you know, why not? And then let's start rolling again. So let's cut to the chase. How much better are these swords over here? So we already got something. I just don't know where it is. Okay, here we go. The Elucidator, legendary sword, and it has a base multiplier 4.7. Bruh, okay. So we already have a sword better than the secret at base. And this is so much easier as well to get triple star. And then there's mythicals, and then there's the new secret. Yeah, I wish I knew this before, you know, I spent all that time on the other swords, but whatever. We'll, I guess, you know, continue rolling that on the side, and then over here, I guess we'll roll this gacha over here, you know, get a legendary or a mythical or something. Perfect, it seems like we're just about to hit the mythical pity. So, that is going to be the mythical gacha over here acquired, alongside the mythical for the magic attributes, which means that all that's left to do at this point is just to kind of keep on rolling, because until that happens, we can't really progress further. But at least, you know, when we get all that stuff, I mean, our energy is going to keep on skyrocketing, you know, we're going to keep on breaking records to the point where, I mean, here's the evidence, you know, in the span of 5 minutes, we went from doing absolutely no damage to any of these enemies in this world to now, you know, at least, you know, starting to take them out slowly. Even these guys, the edgies over here, with my power setup on, I do, you know, a little bit of damage. With my damage setup on, I destroy them. I think I'll be leaving that stuff though for the next video. Just want to let you know, by the way, most likely the next part will be taking place when I'm going to be abroad, you know, on vacation. So I'm gonna apologize from now if maybe the grinding is a little bit smaller to, you know, the previous videos, you know, the previous parts. Normally I have like days and days worth of grinding. In this case today, it was only a few hours. But don't worry, when I come back though, we're gonna be going, you know, full locked in mode. You know, SMG's gonna like, you know, lock in. You guys know that one meme of like two people, they're like watching TV or something and then they slowly like lean forward? Imagine me like that. But don't worry, until then, you know, I'm gonna keep on grinding. I'm not gonna fall behind, okay? I promise. I don't want like, you know, to vanish for 2 weeks and then like 15 new worlds are released. I'd cry. Literally. Jokes aside though, feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see that next part as soon as possible. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.